I saw this and it had me laughing for about a half hour thinking about it and stuff. Everyone needs to take a chill pill when it comes to this racism stuff. Not everything is racist. I love this girl. Her name is Amala. Ekpanobi. Ekpanobi. And she's putting up a video called Things That Are Now Racist. Let's all get a good laugh.
Are you eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day? Well, then you must know that that comes from white supremacy.
Yeah, so let's starve black people because that's white supremacy, saying everyone, regardless of color, race, religion, creed, gender, whatever, should have 3 meals a day and in between meal snacks to be healthy. Nah, let's make sure we say to the black people, stop eating, starve yourselves to death, and that would make our lives a whole lot better if you's all starved to death, right? This is ridiculous.
Let's talk about it. All right, guys, before we get into this video, please like and subscribe. We want as many people to find this channel as possible so you know what to do. Now let's watch a TikTok that details how 3 meals a day comes from white supremacy and colonialism.
That the 3 meals a day thing, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, is from colonialism.
I've been waiting for this day continuously. If you don't know me, please go check out my page. I talk a lot about diet culture and its roots in white supremacy, racism, and just whiteness in the food system as a whole. And this person really articulated it well. And also, thank you for sharing this book. What is so amazing about that book and also what's being discussed in that video is it really articulates how whiteness has infiltrated the way that we view and address our hunger cues, because we are trying to adhere to very strict schedules that our bodies didn't, they were not created to immediately adhere to.
Okay, so what that dumb white bitch was saying and this dumb bitch over here was saying, black people are too stupid to know if they're having hunger pains, go eat something. Why is it with all this stuff, it's just saying black people are stupid? Yes, there is a basic guideline of 3 meals a day. Yes. Some people aren't up at breakfast time. Or they can't eat until 11. That's why it's called brunch. But if you're hungry before that, eat something. Are you that fucking stupid? You don't understand that? Oh no, you just want to put down the white race some more. Well, remember something, you dopey fuck. It wasn't white people that started the slavery and all this other shit. But white people were the ones that ended it. Maybe we shouldn't have. Maybe we should have just packed yous all up, put you back in Africa, and then let the African hierarchy sell yous again to other countries that still to this day have slaves, right? The mere fact you're able to open your fucking mouth and say this lying bullshit proves you're not oppressed. Look at your house behind you, the room you're in. Oh, but you're oppressed. Look at the clothes you're wearing. But you're oppressed. Is that your real natural hair that you were born with? Or did you have other hair braided into your hair? Oh, but you're oppressed. Now, some people would say she probably has a job and worked for that money. How is she able to have a job and make money if she's fucking oppressed? Get the fuck out of here.
Like, you don't come out the womb being like, I will only eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Society tells you only eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
No, it's your fucking parents. And it's not only breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you dopey bitch. When babies are born, they have their own schedule of eating. They don't eat just 3 times a day. They don't. So you're going to say that's part of white supremacy too? How many times do babies wake up at night? We change their diaper. Oh, that's white supremacy too. We should never change a diaper. And then when we're done with that, we shove a bottle in their mouth. No one's ever done that, right? You speak very well. It sounds like you are very articulate. What are you saying this stupid bullshit for? Which is all lies. It's like you see on packages of food, serving suggestions. You buy a pack of cheese. The picture on the cheese may be of a cheese sandwich. That's the only thing we can make with cheese is a cheese sandwich because white people have said so. No. We have seen so many different things made with cheese. So many things. But you know what? Since white people are the ones putting out most of the food, black people shouldn't touch it because that's racism too. Right?
Okay. There's a lot to unpack here, I guess, as they say. First of all, I just want to make the note that nobody is making people eat these 3 meals a day that I'm aware of. And these 2 women.
Exactly. These 2 women are dopey fucks. The white one, I think, oh, what a dopey white fucking bitch, wants to just fit in. And the black woman, she just wants to carry on the lie, the facade that racism is everywhere. It's not as, I don't know what the word is, but it's not like it used to be. And all black people want to say is, well, we should be higher. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's not, because there are a lot of white people who are not higher. For a long time, we've all had opportunities. Black, white. Now, with white people, opportunities were taken away with affirmative action. To where there were companies who even had to hire black people who were less qualified because the black people would start opening their mouths. Oh, I didn't get this job because I'm black, right? No, you don't have the right qualifications. Well, let me have the job and I'll have the qualifications. That's not how it works. Then you racist. I mean, come on. If a white person leaves a neighborhood because there's too many black people, it's called white flight. Because white people are afraid of black people. And that's a bad thing. Where did the Obamas move? Why didn't he move to Los Angeles, which is considered a slum now? Why didn't they move back to Chicago? Because they were running away from black people too. This is crazy. Whatever your reasons are for moving out of a neighborhood, it's your reason. If it's because of black people should say, you know what? Good, bye. Who the fuck wants you here in the first place? No, but play the victim. Play racism. Now with food, then stop eating. Stop fucking eating. All the food here in America is part of a racist system. Stop eating. Either starve yourselves to death or go back to Africa. Or better yet, go to Dubai, where black women can honestly, at that point, stop treating every single black man that like they're a piece of shit. There are pieces of shit in every fucking race, religion, whatever. But no, you have to understand. The slave women saw that the black men weren't protecting them. And and they were slaves. They were owned. And I still say every situation couldn't be what everyone thinks it was, because slaves were a commodity. There aren't too many people who are going to buy something that's broken and doesn't work. So while I do think a ton of bad shit happened, it's not what everyone is making it out to be. Another thing, because I didn't finish this in a previous video, that Queen Latifah thing, where she was on a show and she found out her history and how one of her great, whatever it was, grandmother was a slave, but only for 24 hours, and it was paperwork. She never suffered the atrocities that the other slaves did. And as much as I love Queen Latifah, that bitch acted disappointed. What the fuck are you disappointed for? Your ancestor didn't go through the horrible shit of slavery. But you're disappointed? Why? Why? You should have been saying, oh, thank God she didn't go through all that. that I thought, that we thought. Thank God she didn't. No, she should have, because it makes your plight more important, more validated. Fuck you. This is bullshit.
Women presumably are from the United States of America, where you have the freedom to eat whenever it is that you want to. It's kind of ridiculous to even be pondering these sorts of things.
Yes, it is. On YouTube, you can hear some of the black YouTubers eating and drinking while they're online. Oh, but that's white racism and shit. Whites are telling them they have to eat. They have to eat online. It's bullshit. When you're hungry, you eat. That's just a guideline. Like the guideline of the food groups, the dairy, the grains, the meat. There are black people out there who are vegetarians, who are vegans. Who told them they could be that way? Because, you know, they're so oppressed with all the racism and shit. Who the fuck gave them permission to do that? Oh, but you're so oppressed, you don't need permission to do that, right? Fuck off.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
But nonetheless, here we are. 3 meals a day comes from white supremacy and colonialism. Now, there's a lot of different histories that talk about where 3 meals a day comes from. They talk about breakfast coming from the Romans in the Middle Ages and them having lunch and all this different stuff. But we're not even going to get bogged down in that. Let's assume that what they're saying is true and that colonialism brought about 3 meals a day and they couldn't stand seeing people of color eat any other way. So they decided 3 meals a day is what we do as a society. And this is what we are bringing. This is our cultural mark on the world. Who cares? I don't know how this helps us, and who at all is this hurting? I guess you could say there are people being forced to eat 3 meals a day, even though their bodies don't want it, and it's messing up their, you know, their homeostasis, their balance. Then guess what? Don't eat 3 meals a day. Do whatever it is you want.
If I ever woke up as a donut, you would eat yourself. I wouldn't even question it.
And if you're gonna say that 3 meals a day is remnants of colonialism and I guess white supremacy, which we can get into that in a second here, then are you also going to say that the freedom and the rights that you get to exercise in this country today are remnants of colonialism? Because guess who brought them over? Guess who established the country that we live in? Guess what brought about much of the Western world and all of the things that we virtually get to enjoy right now? I guess you could say all of it is rooted in colonialism, technically. So why do I care? I just can't quite figure out what the point is that we're getting out here. It's not like people are forced into some sort of system of eating 3 meals a day.
Eat it! I don't care whether you hate it. You said you'd do it. All right.
And the history here is muddy at best. And do we know that not all colonists were white individuals? Can we speak to that? So how exactly is 3 meals a day something that is rooted in white supremacy? If there were plenty non-white people engaging in the very same activity and promoting the very same, I guess, tradition, shall we call it, and culture?
This is another way for them, for black people, to use the black race card and the black crutch. And I don't care if people like me saying this or not. I really fucking don't, because this is just too ridiculous. When you want to eat, go get something to eat. When you're thirsty, go get something to drink. Serious shit. If I'm thirsty right now, I'll go and get more water or something. Black people aren't allowed to do that. They've been so conditioned for 400 years. They need to be told that, yes, you can go have a drink of water. Now, in 2023, Black people need to knock their fucking shit off. The ancestors that all of you keep talking about are turning over in their graves for everything you have, everything you're able to do, that they weren't. This is crazy. It's insane. Now, having people eat is racist. Oh no, we're being no, the only people who are fucking told what time to eat, it's time to whatever, are kids in school because there's a schedule, prisoners in the jail system and the prison system, and people in the hospital. Food is brought to them at a certain time. But no, let's go with this, that white people are forcing Black people to eat. I remember one dopey bitch, Black, obese, saying obesity was because of the white people. White people forced you to be obese? Everybody knows now I'm obese. Whose fault is that? It's mine. It's not because of white supremacy. It's not because of Black people. It's not because of bullying. It's not because of this, that, and the other thing. I chose to put shit in my mouth. Fuck you for what you're thinking. But this is insane. This is truly nuts.
Not everything needs to be brought back to colonialism and white supremacy. And I can only feel that it serves as an end.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
To somehow blame the things that you don't like in our society on whiteness. That seems to be what this is about, right? They're choosing the things that they've decided to change in their own life, the things that don't sit well with them, the things that they don't like, and saying, you know what, this is rooted in colonialism and white supremacy, which...
Exactly. Which is the fucking crutch. You don't like how you're eating? It's up to you to find a way to change it. Veganism, vegetarianism. There are Black people who can't have dairy, just like there are white people who can't have dairy. If they choose to put ice cream or milk in their mouth and they get sick or get diarrhea, fuck the assholes, because it's not white people's fault. Oh, well, white people are putting it out there in commercials and making us want it. And what are you, 2? If I walked up to a Black person right now and said, be my slave, obey me, right now, bend down and kiss my feet, they would laugh at me and they wouldn't do it. They would choose not to do it. How dare they? They're not allowed to do it because all white people are oppressing black people. And they must follow orders. Or else. Okay, or else what? Black people don't get arrested for not obeying white people. This girl right here, Amala, come here and kiss my ass. No, why? Because she has the freedom to say no. She's not oppressed. But yet most of the black people I've come into contact with, not all, most, will use the race card and the race crutch and pull it out whenever they want to. Oh, it's raining out. That's because of white people. It's snowing out. Snow is white. We're being oppressed by snow. That's white people's fault. Fuck you.
Which then justifies their movement in a different direction. By all means, eat what you want to eat and do what you want to do with your life. But this incessant need to connect everything to white supremacy and colonialism is just getting tiring.
Yes, it is. Because like with the LGBTQ plus community, everything can be changed into something it's not. I bought a little angel statue. I'm holding it right now. You can't see it, but who cares? It said it was Saint Michael. You mean to tell me a black person couldn't buy this? Couldn't keep it in their house? Couldn't nothing? They can. Because they're not oppressed. Are they allowed to do every single solitary thing they want to do? Any thought that comes into their head? No, neither are white people. I've had thoughts over the years, wow. I've seen all these movies about robbing banks. If I robbed the bank, I could take care of this person and that person and that person and that person. I never acted on it. If I acted on it, that's on me. That's on me. Over the years, I've seen lotto. I think there's a lotto right now that's over $100 million. Do I play lotto? No. But I do think, wow, if I had that money, how many people could I help? Everyone in my family. My son is going through a little bit of money problems right now. I'm a pauper. I can barely help him. But I could help him. My cousins who have helped me and my family out over the years, and people on the block, and there are even people on YouTube I'd like to help. You know, I believe in Lonnie One Love's whipped body butters. I like the stuff Keto Weed is doing. Lovey Star Beading. I would love to start those businesses with them. Hey, I've won over $100 million. I would just basically be an almost silent partner. I have a big mouth. But it would mostly be their businesses. I mean, of course, I'd want some freebies. That sandalwood body butter that I bought for my son smelled so good. And it worked. You know? Lovey's earrings and beads, they're beautiful. I've seen a couple of things Keto Weeder has done. Great. You know, of course I'd get myself out of whatever hole I'm in financially. But I could help people. I honestly could. But if I don't play the lotto, whose fault is that? I have the chance and I don't have the money to play lotto, but I have the chance and the opportunity to do it at times. If I don't do it, somebody else wins. Whose fault is that? From what I've seen, there are a ton of black people who are so crazy. If I bought a lottery ticket and they bought a lottery ticket and I won because I'm white. It's white supremacy. The lottery ticket doesn't know who or what purchased it. When those balls come up in the machine, if it's even done like that anymore with Yolanda Vega, the numbers that are coming up, they don't know if a white person did it or a black person or whatever. Now, giving a guideline of how people should eat is white supremacy and whites aren't allowed to do that? Fuck you, you pieces of motherfucking shit. If this is all you can do, then you should starve yourself to death. Everybody has a choice. You could choose to go back to Africa, the motherland. Why don't you make it the Congo? No, you want to stay here? Why? It's so fucking horrible here. Why would you want to stay in a place that's so horrible? Because you're allowed to do basically whatever the fuck you want. You are not oppressed.
It's almost like they built a sentence structure where you can pick X amount of things you do not like and just attach is rooted in white supremacy at the end of it.
Ooh, that must have just gotten, especially black women, a ton of black women pissed because of all those white blonde hair women. Jada Pinkett Smith even said, women with blonde hair and blue eyes make her mad. And the bitch was sitting there with blonde hair. It was her hair, but she dyed it blonde. Why do blonde, white, blue-eyed women aggravate her so much? With the money you have, you can change. You can get blue-colored contacts. You've obviously dyed your hair. I've seen one woman who's so crazy, she's trying to turn herself black, and she and her fiance, husband, or whatever believe that if she gets pregnant, she will have a black baby. But she's not black, she's white. There's crazy on both sides of the aisle. It's enough. It's enough.
End of it, and that gives you free agency to do whatever it is that you want in regard to X thing that you're talking about. And you want me to maybe prove that I'm right, that people are just taking things that they don't like and saying is rooted in white supremacy at the end of it? Didn't we hear that organizing your pantry was white supremacy and colonialism? We heard that math is white supremacist because it asks you to get to a certain answer. The nuclear family is white supremacy. Being on time.
The nuclear family is white supremacy, yet a ton of black women bitch. It's black men's fault their kids turn out the way they turn out, and they turned out the way they did because they didn't have a father. Their kids don't have a father. But women today, and it's not just blacks, this I've seen every color of the rainbow, every religion, every whatever. You have a kid, you say the guy's a piece of shit, a deadbeat, or whatever, but you go after him for child support. Get that money. Get that bag. Why did you even have sex with a guy you didn't like? Oh, well, I liked him back then. Why didn't you use a condom? Oh, condoms white supremacy too. Trying to keep the black race numbers in check? Fuck you.
Is seen as white supremacy or proximity to whiteness, and there are reputable individuals who are espousing these views. The Smithsonian even did an entire exhibit on whiteness and what that means, and gave a list of all the different things that come from white supremacy and what people do to find proximity to their whiteness. It's tiring, I don't buy it, and you'll never hear it done in regard to any other race. And we all know why that is. Because white people bear the burden of being criticized for every bad thing that happens in today's society, or every single innocuous thing, like 3 meals a day, that people no longer like.
Exactly. There was a guy, I believe it was during the time of the lockdown. White cops shot him. This guy had sexually assaulted his kid's mother. He was abusing people, hitting people. He walked to get to the other side of his car, and the cops kept telling him, drop your weapon, stop, wouldn't listen. Eventually, he got shot. Well, that's the white cops' fault because they went against a black man. Fuck you. I look at Damn D. If you've never seen his channel, go check him out. Damn D POV, Damn D Beef, Damn D 2.0. Damn D Nice is his gaming channel. I don't know if he has anything else. I think he became an engineer at one point. I don't think he became an engineer because of affirmative action. Which, by the way, white people could have said, fuck you, no affirmative action from the get-go. They didn't. They let it go through. But I believe Dan D got to where he is now all on his own. I really don't think it was white people helping him all along the way. And no. I really think he got there on his own merits. Oh, well, if it wasn't for affirmative action, no black people would have ever had a job. That's not true. Because even before affirmative action, black people were working. Not like the white people were working. My father was in the Navy. Was every black guy in the Navy? My father chose to go in the Navy. Were black men kept out of the Navy because of white supremacy? Are there no black people signing up for the armed forces right now because of white supremacy? No, my father made a choice to go into the Navy, just like other people did. Other people made choices not to go into the Navy. Black, white, doesn't matter. You make a choice. But you're so oppressed, you need affirmative action. What's going to happen now is every time a black person does not get a job, they're going to say it's because they're black. Worse than they've been saying before with affirmative action. If I had a company and there's a white guy and a black guy in front of me, the white guy is completely qualified. The black guy is not. I want someone qualified. I'm going with the white guy. If the situations were reversed and the black guy was the one who was qualified for the job and not the white guy, I'm hiring the black guy. Any problems come up on any side, whether I hired the white guy or the black guy. Too many problems, bye-bye. Whether you're white, whether you're black, I'm not dealing with these problems. I'll put out an ad. I'm hiring. I'll hire somebody who's not going to cause me so many problems. This is crazy. A lot of white people say, I can't be racist because I have white friends. Black people say, well, that's a racist statement. Yeah, you motherfuckers. Asking a white person how many black friends they have is a racial fucking question. It's racist. Oh, but you're allowed to do it. Fuck you. So many black people wanted equality. Well, you got it. Someone pointed out most of the problems I'm having on YouTube is with black people, mostly black women. Why? Here's why. They can say fuck you to me all they want, but if I say fuck you to them, that's white supremacy. It's different because I'm white. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not allowed to defend myself because you're black? Fuck you. I'm not allowed to say you were wrong in a situation because you're black? Fuck you. If this is how it was in the 40s, that was wrong. Things have changed since then. And who changed them? White people, because remember, white people control the laws. Oh, well, they only did that because they're afraid of black people. Well, isn't that oppression when you're making someone afraid of you? Everyone has the choice to stay here or leave. But it's like black people want to stay here just to spite white people. That's stupid. If you don't like it here, you don't like the changes, move out of the country, move somewhere else. A lot of black people keep saying the motherland. Go back to the motherland. If it's so much better there, go back. Oh, wait. It's not better there. It's better here. That's why our borders are flooded with people from Venezuela. Well, gee, they walked across countries. They went on tiny little boats. Even from Cuba, people have said, tiny little boats. They choose the tiny little boat for a chance at freedom. Why don't you black people choose a tiny little boat to go back to Africa? Or go someplace that's not racist? I don't see anyone leaving. Do it for yourself. Do it for your own sanity. Do it for your family who you claim you love and you take care of and you protect. You need to protect them from racism. Get out of the racist country. No? You're not leaving? Why? Because you're not oppressed. You have freedom. You have more here than you would have back in Africa, and more than a lot of countries. You have the freedom to do what you want to do, but you're oppressed.
You search far enough in history and you'll find a way to connect it to colonialism. And if it's connected to colonialism, then it must mean white supremacy, right? But we'll turn a blind eye to all of the things that we like, right? The fact that I'm exercising my free speech right now in the United States of America, guess what? Is a remnant of colonialism.
Yes, it is.
But you don't hear people talking about that.
Yeah, because they
As
don't
always,
want
give
to
me your
hear
thoughts
it.
on this subject, guys. Did you just get finished eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner? And did you know that that means that you're engaging in a colonialist practice?
What about second breakfast?
I want to hear your thoughts. And you know, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time I post a video for you guys, which is every single day. And as always, I encourage healthy debate. Although I don't know what there is to debate on this subject matter. It could or could not be from colonialism. My point is, who cares? So do
Exactly. Who cares? Is either of those two dopey bitches who were talking in a school where you have to eat between 7:30 and 8:15? Lunch between 11 and 1? So here's the message, black people. Stop eating, starve yourselves to death. That's by a white woman and a black woman. Does it make sense? Nope. Just want to blame. just want to play victim. Don't people want to stop being victims and just be people? Oh, you can't because the white man's holding us down. Fuck you. Black people, you're holding yourselves down with all this bullshit.